So, firstly, I would like to begin with answers from you on what are the most common reasons for women's career gaps. So maybe you could have encountered, or your friends and relatives can encountered. So what do you think as most common reasons for women's careers break?
Caregiving and post pregnancy, I mean, like to take care of the kids.
Exactly, exactly. Anything? Anything else?
Same here, sir. Post pregnancy, and I wanted the child to upbring the child up to certain age by guiding her and all. After once it's all done and she's entered something now, individuality, lot of individuality the child has. So because of that, now I've taken up my career.
True, true, true. Wonderful, wonderful. Any other reasons you can think of in a woman's life? What are all the major reasons? Because this is survey happened last month where they have collected a lot of information on various factors, which I just want to try and share here. But before that, I just want to understand your perspective. Where apart from childcare, what could be the other reasons in a women's life where they have to compromise their career and then move ahead? And some point in time, the lack of motivation happens because we are not in work and wanted to come back. There are a lot of assumptions and demotivation happens to the entire phase. So apart from childcare, which do you think as a factor to
Family and medical care. I mean, in case if the women falls sick and if she doesn't have her support from her family.
character? Exactly.
And one more thing is we need to balance the family and the work life. So once we learn balancing, it will be easy. Initially, it will be very tough to, as a homemaker, look after the family and as well as work. So as initially it goes on and you come to a level wherein you can balance, you can start taking the career. Because of that, some people back out.
Thanks. So exactly the same point has been the survey results where 38% of people said childcare. Second, mental and physical health. Third is caring for a relative or a friend. Fourth is on redundancy. Fifth is on higher or further education. Some people do the higher education, upscaling, certifications, all that. And maybe there are other some personal reasons which might have travel related things like where you could have relocated because of marriage, all that stuff. And setting up a business, like they don't want to continue on a job and they want to start from their own, maybe a freelancing, maybe joining a family business, some other thing. And finally, to apply for other roles, maybe they could have they wanted to pivot into other roles, so they take a career break and move on. But as you rightly said, childcare is being the major reason, as per the survey which has been done last month. So exactly the same thing also, same thing is what I'm hearing from you. So after this, all these challenges, there are a lot of gap and a lot of assumptions. And in our own skill, we will have some inferior factor where we will feel that we are not up to the mark or up to the standards to the job market, what we can contribute, all that. So in the face of from a career break to returnship program, there are about 7 steps which is involved, which we will discuss one by one. Where I'll be asking you certain queries on various elements, what you have undergone and what is your opinion. So accordingly, we will discuss the same and arrive at a solution. So first thing, when you are in a career break, creating a support network is highly, highly essential. One, there should be a professional networking, and other, there should be a personal networking. So what do you think? What is the way towards personal networking, and what is the way towards professional networking when you are under career break? Any opinion?
I think being in touch with your old colleagues and like where you can keep up to date with the market, what is happening, and also probably exploring. I mean, now that the internet is available with all of us, exploring what is there and upgrading yourself is what I would say.
Wonderful. Any other ideas in terms of creating a support network? When you say creating a support network, who are all coming to your mind, and what do you think as creating a support network?
So friends, especially colleagues who work with us,
Past colleagues.
yeah,
Okay.
a
Okay.
family in a way, they should be very supportive.
Definitely. See, that is what I wanted to say, because when you start from your family work life and then have to kickstart a career, the first thing where you need to get a support is your family. Maybe your husband, maybe your in-laws, family, everybody, they need to support. So first thing you have to do is when you're looking for career option, start looking at delegating options, because the child could have grown into 4 or 5 years or 8 years, something like that, and they are on their own and they can manage themselves. But still you are managing because you think that you have to do that and all that, which might be an assumption. But if you think of a career option, start delegating, because once you are not there, they'll automatically pick up their own responsibility and speak to the people, in-laws and her husband, everybody, so that they'll also understand and start delegating. Number one. Number two, hire someone, maid or anybody who can handle the household work, so that you can upskill yourself and then move on to the next level and kickstart the career. Because until or unless you are not able to manage your time in family and other stuff, you cannot even think of going for a career option or kickstarting a new career, something like that. So hiring someone who can manage the household work or delegating must has to happen at the first place, so that you can freely think about a career option. Because when you start a career option after a long years, you have to do a lot of homework, lot of preparatory elements, and a lot of investment of time to know what are the best skills and then work towards that, which needs a lot of time. If at all you are engaged with daily household activities and family activities, then you cannot come out from the entire responsibilities, and you will stick to the same model as it is. And coming to the professional thing, as you rightly said, connect with your old colleagues and all that. But still, you can develop your LinkedIn profile and meetup network. All this are available in the market, because when you start about professional networking, it is not something where we join 10 WhatsApp groups, 10 Telegram groups. That is not networking. It's a physical networking which we have to do, so that people come to know that we are under career break and we are trying for attempting for something, so that they start helping you. So that's the meaning of networking, so that you have to update your profile in LinkedIn, where the recent LinkedIn profile has the option of having a career break option in your work experience section, so that you can mention that and then say that you are looking for a job change. Secondly, there is a site called meetup.com, where a lot of communities, they regularly meet over weekends, online meeting, offline meeting, all that is happening. So you have to start meeting them on certain technical skills or personal networking, all that, so that people come to know that you are existing and looking for a job, so that people who are running startups or any other things, they'll try to accommodate you for their smaller work, and later you can move on to the next level. Okay. So once you start with this, then you have to reevaluate your career choice pivot. So what do you think as reevaluating your career choices?
What would be my career goal in future to align myself with those skill sets currently, to gain those skill sets, Sandhu?
Career goals. So if you think of business and job, so the expectations from the market is more towards relevancy of the job and what you can contribute to that particular roles, responsibilities, or technology, automation, or hands-on experience to contribute to that particular. Okay. So think of a situation where there is a profile with typewriting skills. So do you think that is relevance?
Can be for the documentation, not
Can
for
be.
general. Yeah.
Yes. So when you started your career, what was your goals and what is it right now? Can you just give a comparative analysis? Everybody have begun our job as a fresher, and that point in time, our career goal was something, and now there is a different career goal. Can you tell both of them?
As a beginner, initially, we get scared where we can do after a long break and how we can balance things and how will the how will the course support us and we get leads and how will it go on and management of time and all. And like after 6 or 8 months, consistently after doing the work, we get the hang of it, and everything gets leveled up, and it will be easier to get into that. And once you're a solopreneur, it is difficult to grab ideas. Once you're with a community, you get a lot of ideas wherein we start initiating ourselves and coming in level with the thing.
Mm-hmm. So
What
do you
like
think that your priorities has been changed as a fresher and now? If you think of
yeah,
career goals, what was your
yeah,
priority when you were in a fresher? Maybe we could have think, okay, I have to land in Google, I have to land in Microsoft, or at least I have to land in a very decent job with 1 lakh salary. That was your priority in the earlier stages. But
yeah,
now your choices has been very different because your
yeah.
multiple experiences and current situations, everything, correct? But
Very true. Yeah,
by this time, the market and job needs also changed a lot in terms of technology, in terms of automation, in terms of
yes,
business needs. Everything is being changed. So now we cannot sell whatever we have qualified for the earlier job. So the attitudinal change should happen and re-evaluation of career choices has to happen because we cannot start again from where we have left. Okay, maybe you could have been an assistant manager or senior manager or whatever, but at that point in time, it was okay. 4 years, 5 years before, or 10 years before, you were an assistant manager. But when you restarting career, now you cannot start from assistant manager or a manager, right? Because the entire expectation has been changed. So attitudinal change has to happen. So you might have to start from the scratch on any new technology or any new skill or any business need, which needs a lot of behavioral aspect or communication aspects or client management. Whatever business needs are there, that you have to pick up and then start contributing instead of thinking, oh, okay, I was a manager, now I cannot start from executive role. That attitudinal change has to happen when you are in the process of from career break to a new job. So that mindset, state of mind has to be realigned so that we it's a streamlined process when we start our career after that. Number three, upskilling yourself. It is very self-explanatory when you are under career break for 4 or 5 years, where the needs has to be fulfilled as per the job expectations. So what do you think where you can start your upskilling part, and what are all the aspects you think you are lacking from the existing market?
I think mainly technology, as you said, Sendil, because like I myself have a career break because I was with a bank. Then I took a break to take care of my father-in-law post marriage. Then I was working, like then I took a 10 years break with my kids, and like when I came back, it's been 2 years I'm working with as a talent acquisition for a startup company, as you said. Like I have to start again from scratch to learn everything, and it was a struggle for me because like when you're taking care of kids, you're not used to so many technologies, or like you're not used to sitting at one place for more than 3 hours or 4 hours. Then sitting itself becomes a challenge. Then once you start getting into that routine and learning things quickly, the way I started, when I started, like I used to spend a lot learning new things, though I am willing to learn, but then I have a family to take care, right? So that has to be balanced somehow. That's how I felt a little challenge, where like my co-workers probably who are youngsters are picking up quickly, and I'm not able to compete with them actually. So that's a challenge which I faced, like practically.
True, true. Very practical or logical experience, life experience, which comes during this particular phase. Any other answers? Any other things where when you have to start your upskilling yourself, what all aspect you will have to kickstart?
I felt technology is the main thing because people are upgrading skills by technology itself. And since I was so much into offline and now I've got into online, I'm learning a lot of things. It's a struggle because 24 hours is taking away for learning this. But meanwhile, I'm very happy I'm learning all these and showing a lot of effective results.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, as you rightly said, we have to kickstart the learning, but we have to have a very structured form of learning so that it helps in much more hit ratio comparing to other people. So first thing, when you have to think of upskilling, figure out what are all various jobs which has more demand and less supply. Okay, that way you understand the current market and start working towards getting upskilling those courses or certifications which is required for the job. Because once the demand and supply you understand from the market, the companies will start compromising on your career break because their demand is more high and they are very desperate to hire people. Okay, so that aspect you have to figure out on when you are kickstarting your upskilling. So it is not just randomly you pick up some certification and then start doing, but go to the market and understand which are all the jobs are highly in demand and which are all the industry are highly picking up. Okay, because in COVID time you could have understood that a lot of industries were not at all performing. Okay, so there is no point in going to an industry which they themselves is not performing, or they are not getting projects. So obviously we will also get into failure. Rather, do the research part on which industry is performing well. That's the number one aspect which you have to figure out, which I'll show you after this particular slide on how to do that, on how which industry you have to select first. That's the first step. Second, which are all the jobs which are highly in demand? That will also I'll show you on how to figure out those things. And then you do the certifications on where is the gap element. Because as you rightly said, the technology part might be missing. So you understand from LinkedIn, Naukri, Monster on various hot jobs, on demanding jobs, and look at what is the career gap element which you have in your resume and the job description, so that you understand the gap, list it out, all the technology option, and then start doing the certifications. Is it making sense?
Yes, sir.
The best option, once if you are not getting into a job, or you think that you cannot go for a full-time job, the best option next is becoming a freelancer. Becoming a freelancer means again like you'll have to get clients and all that stuff, but begin somewhere where you have a good quality skill, maybe a graphic designing, maybe a content writing or social media management, those kind of things where you can scale up or invest at least 2 3 hours in a day. That will definitely bring you some confidence in you, where when you are starting from a career break to a job kind of a process, so which will help. But the first thing is you'll have to make your profile. Maybe if you are into software or other things, you'll have to have a GitHub profile, or if you are a designer, you have to have a Dribble or Behance profile. And definitely LinkedIn is a must for freelancers to get consulting jobs, projects, assignments, everything, so that it will help you in the entire process. So start somewhere and start looking for assignments with your friend circle, with your past colleagues and all that, so that you kickstart somewhere, because there is a lot of demands for freelancers in various skill sets, which I will show you in the next slide. So number fifth in the entire process, if you can't make a good presentation, you cannot sell yourself. So for that, creating profile is very, very important. If you have succeeded in the 4 steps, and presentation in terms of brochure or a resume or LinkedIn is definitely a must when you are kickstarting the entire process, where this will showcase what are all you can contribute to the organization, because current recruiters are very smart enough to monitor your LinkedIn profile and understand who are all you connected, what are all recommendations you got, what are all demonstrable skills you have. All that they will verify, and then only they will call. It is not just the resume at this point in time. So whatever scripting we can do on resume, that will all may not be sufficient, but we will have to make sure our LinkedIn profile is showcasing in a right way and a very professional way, so that they believe in you and trust you to take into account even after a career break. Fifth is, sixth is, there are a lot of companies, even MNCs, they are offering a lot of return to work programs, especially for women who are in career break, where they have programs, one 12 weeks program, 16-week program, all that, which they are kind enough to accommodate a lot of people who have past similar skill, and they can try to accommodate maybe paid or unpaid or with a stipend, all that have the option. So that also you can just try. I'll show you those screens in the next slide. Finally, Internshala. Now you must be wondering, what is Internshala? Why is it Internshala? Because it is meant for people who are doing a lot of internship, or freshers who are undergraduates. All that is what we were thinking of about Internshala. But here there is an option for women who are under career break. They can also work with a lot of startups and communities and bigger MNCs as a with a stipend and all that, so that they can begin their career somewhere else as an intern, pick up the skills which is required for a company. Maybe 3 months, 6 months assignments you take in that particular internshala companies, and then go for a full-time program. So that particular options all available. Maybe with this idea, I will showcase the websites which I wanted to show so that you get a right idea. So first thing, I will share a screen where you will get to know the industries, best industries to work for. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay, there is a website called ibef.org, which is a government website where if you click this industry segment, you will get the list of all industries on how they are performing and what is their current state, all that, so that you understand whether this industry is performing or not. Okay, so I've clicked this e-commerce industry where they have listed out growing demand, attractive opportunities, policy support from government, increasing investments, all that, which will help you to understand whether this industry is really performing or not. So there is infographic section here where you can see the growth percentage, sector composition, key trends, government initiatives, everything. Okay. So as I said before, deciding to go to a job, first check on this website and understand which industry is really performing. Or if you have passion towards certain industry, just come here and then select which industry you feel like going for, and then understand how best it is performing. Okay. So that way you will get a lot of reports, related news, everything, so that you decide whether to go to this industry or not. Okay, is it clear? Are we clear with this website?
Yes, Sindhu.
Okay. Now, once you decide the industry, then you move on to performance, current industry trends, where there is a publication every month from Naukri.com, which is number one website, where it will publish job speak report, where it will showcase trends in each industry, city, experience, everything. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this will show you every month's performance, where you can see how each industry's hiring is happening. So if you look at that, last month, this is a January report. February report, we will get another 1 week's time, where I'll share with you. So this is how the industry has performed in January, where starting from insurance, oil and gas, travel and hospitality, these are the sectors which has hiring numbers, good hiring numbers in the past, where it has keep changing, but still, this is the latest report, where retail companies have less hiring, telecom has less hiring, IT and software has a very, very less hiring. All this is are happening. So if at all you are deciding to go for an IT certification, this has to be a very cautious element you have to think through, so that you don't take a very false decision, right? And after that, hiring trends across the cities also they will publish, so that you understand in your city and your metro city which whether they are have a good hiring trends or not. And the beauty of it is every category of experience 0 to 3, 4 to 7 years, 8 to 12, which are all the hiring happening, that is also getting showcased, so that you are cautious whether to apply for this month or next month. Okay, based on this report. So this is not a 100% report, but still you will get an insight on the right idea towards getting into a job. Because since you are trying after a very long time, it should not give a very frustrating experience when you are going for a job outside. So all this facts and figures, preparation levels will highly help you to get into a job very faster if you know the ideas. Is it clear?
Yes, Sindhu, but where do we, how do we take this report from Naukri, Sindhu? Do we need the user ID password, or is it just available without the user ID and password?
If you click, if you go to Google and search Naukri Job Speak report, you will get the latest January report so far.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll share this link. Yeah, for the February report, you will have to wait for another 1 week where they will publish the report.
Okay.
And there is also one more site called Naukri Pulse, where you will get to know which are all the highest skills which has
Okay.
been hired for. So these are the insights around most in-demand tech skills. Can you see this?
Yes. Yes.
So these are the top 100 tech skills that recruiters are searching. This is purely for the IT people, where they can understand which are all the skills are trending and which are all not trending, all that.
Okay.
So these are the first 10 skills where you can see Angular, Spring Boot, React JS, microservices, Python. Now all these are trending.
Okay.
Okay. But if you look at J2E, JS, and .NET are in downtrend because maybe many people could have shifted from this particular technology to another technology. Okay. And this site will also give you an understanding on each location, which are all the skills are most prominent.
Okay.
So this starts from Delhi and other locations.
So this is available for other industries also, Sindhu, like banking and even for the recruiting job.
No, this is purely for the IT. But for the non-IT things, you'll have to check for the Naukri Speak report only, where you'll get
Okay.
the understanding about industry trends.
Okay.
Okay.
No, but this gives you the skill sets, right? I mean, for each industry, for example, if you're talking about IT, it says that Java is trending. My microservice is trending. But in HR, I mean, how do I get to know? Because that would not be available in the job speaker report. It would only tell me the industry.
Correct, correct. It will only tell you about industry because it's a very dynamic. Non-IT is always dynamic. No, we may not know what is the need and all that. We can
Yeah.
only know how the industry is doing. The number of openings or tech skills, we cannot know about that. But
Okay.
software is something, depending on the number of projects, they can calculate whether it's in demand or not. So
Okay.
that is
Got it.
why they are able to publish. But HR skills, finance, and other things, we cannot come to a conclusion with the metrics. But only with the understanding about the industry, we can have an idea. Okay, this many number of jobs are available.
Okay. Great.
So I'll shift to one more screen where there is an internshala. I'm not sure whether you have registered or not, but if you search for internshala internship for women, you can land in this page. Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the initiative they are talking about, and if you scroll down, you have an option of internships for women. Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay. So if you click that, you will get the list of various opportunities in multiple salary range or multiple domains. You can filter this on whatever your required things. Accordingly, you can select this. So where you can see what are the existing demand in the market and what are the assignments you can take. Upgrade is releasing corporate relations, actively hiring, client servicing, customer relationship management, sales and marketing, HR. Okay. So there are a lot of combination of these kind of profiles will be there. So depending on your skill category, you can search for it. Okay. So suppose maybe I'll look into customer service or something. I can search here and then look for which are all the various opportunities available. Okay. So whatever technology you belong to and whatever desired minimum monthly stipend you are expecting, with that you can just start applying so that you get a right opportunity. But still, what I would personally suggest is once you understand who's the recruiter, connect with him on LinkedIn and try to start conversing and then proactively send your profile so that you have an interview chance with him. Is this clear?
Yes, Sindhu.
Okay. And thinking about certifications also, you have a lot of certifications in Google where there are a lot of free options is also available on latest very demanding skills where they are offering for self-paced video tutorials and mentoring support. All these are available on whatever skills you want to do for upskilling. Okay. There are even live training or online courses. Okay, whatever it is. So once you decide, okay, this industry, this particular skill, all that, then you come to this page and then look for these kind of webinars, workshops, okay, all those things so that you can upskill in a very short time.
Sorry, Sindhil, I missed out. Which website is this? Google?
Google is providing a free certification. I
So
will
is there
share
any
you this
website
link.
ID? Okay.
I will share you all this link. Don't. Okay. So far so good. Clear with this sites and other things. Shall we move on to the next slide?
Yes, please.
So top skills, as we have seen from Naukri, JobSpeak, and the other portals, we have come to a conclusion that these are the 15 freelancer jobs which is available in the market, where we can kickstart any of the skill and then taking to the next level, where you can pick up any certification, upskill yourself, and start freelancing, right from software development to video editing to cloud computing, data analysis, whatnot. Okay, so these are all lot of jobs which is available in the market. Only thing is little bit of upskilling, you can get there. So that's the idea. So the other sites which they can offer free tech and non-tech skills is, of course, you know about Udemy, but after Udemy, you will get all this Allison.com, Code Academy, Coursera, edX, W3 schools. So whatever has been listed here is completely, absolutely free. All these courses. Okay. So that way you can just have an access and spend time and get into those kind of skills and upgrade yourself so that you're fit for the job, and you don't start feeling inferior because you don't have to pay high paid courses to do upskilling. So anything in this particular website is very upgraded, so you can go for that and then upskill yourself. So as I said, there are a lot of companies which are offering return to work program. So these are the top 13 companies, starting from Accenture, Amazon, Goldman Sachs, IBM, Microsoft. These are the companies which they are offering return to work program, where they have about 12 weeks program, 16-week program, 2 months, 3 months, all that. And especially in your past skill, they can give offering if at all you are matching and cracking the interview. So that way, there are a lot of programs which is available, which there is no much of awareness, which I wanted to in this session. So there are 4 different organizations that helps restart their career, especially 4 different jobs portal. I might be sure that you will be knowing about this particular portal called Jobs for Her, where they are a portal has started, I think, 10 years before in Bangalore, and then they have expanded to pan India in metro cities, where they have helped a lot of people in hiring, especially women. This is a portal exclusively for women where they can register and then apply for jobs. So that's the aspect they can see in this particular website, where you can register your profile just like your Naukri profile. You can register here, and then you can start applying to various jobs, which may be part-time job, full-time job, work from home. All that things are. Second thing is Avatar iWin, which is a Chennai-based company founded in 2005, and they are very helpful in hiring about 450 women to one particular company called Future Group during 2006, where they have accumulated or reached out to a lot of people and then gave a mass hiring to one particular company. That way, they have been very successful, and they have a community of about 40,000 people, where about 8,000 people have been started, got a job after career break. That's their track record. It's also a good site to log on to. Third site is Shiros, founded in 2014. It's a Noida-based company, and they have both corporate jobs and work from home jobs, especially women in India. And they are also building community for mentor support, collaborators, and they are choosing companies which is all women-friendly company and mompreneur program. Those kind of programs they are running, which is very positive and exciting. Fourth option is Her Second Innings, which is founded in 2014 and which is having presence in Bangalore and Mumbai. And it is offering multiple things like work from home, even small assignments, freelancing opportunities, consulting, and even entrepreneurial, all that. And they have about 2,000 people in their community. So these are 4 best websites you can log on, register, and then start looking for their options so that you get help from them. So there are a lot of freelance websites where you can kickstart your career, where they are already publishing a lot of freelancing assignments. Once you look into the opportunities only, you will get to know whether I can match to their expectations. So these are the sites you can try where you can kickstart the whole process of freelancing and then start your journey.
So, before we move on to the question and answer round, where your queries would get resolved, we would first like to discuss what we do. So, we serve students, freshers, or people who are on career break or who are having difficulty choosing their careers or if they want to shift their careers. So, we help those who are not happy with their job or who want to take a career break or they're having promotions issue or they're not getting the right job according to their skill sets. And we promote upskilling, and what kind of upskilling do we do that we take care of. And so this is the psychometric report, or you can call it assessment, that we make, and it analyzes your brain, and on the basis of that analysis it gives the right set of jobs that you should be choosing. So we make that report, and this report is made by those professionals who are in the business of doing this from 30 plus. They have 30 plus years of experience as psychologists, and they make the psychometric analysis. And after this analysis, the report comes out to be like this. And we also do online consultation for job seekers, so those who are freshers to those who have taken a career break or those who have a long years of experience. So we help them if they want to change their career or they want to restart their career after a career break, they're not happy with the job. So we help them from these problems, and we also help them in order to make sure that they are able to clear interviews. We have mock interview programs wherein we train them um, on how to give interviews, how to crack interviews. Then we also here we make resumes. We write resumes for people. So resume or CV, whatever you call it, like if you want a job, then your resume or your CV should speak for you. So we don't want a resume which is like those same four old boring pages and there are no keywords being used, and those will not help you in clearing the interviews and getting job calls. So for example, this is an IT profile resume, and here if you look at it, everything is mentioned, but it is not in a format that would enable us to like pay attention to it. I have to read a lot into it, like I have to go through each and every line to understand what the employee is trying to offer. But if you look at this resume over here, after we have the picture of the person, we have all the certifications along with their logos, and everything is mentioned in a proper way for the understanding of the employer or whosoever is going through the resumes. We have one more example. So also here, if you look, this looks like a boring CV or a boring resume. But here, since we have uploaded the picture of the person, then mentioned about that person in a small summary, also making sure that we are using keywords and mentioning everything in pointers. So this is what we can offer. This is another example.
Mahi, sorry to interrupt. I just want to understand, are these resumes ATS friendly? Because, at times what happens is with these kind of resumes, they're not ATS friendly, and no, most of the companies they use ATS, right? They don't pick up these, the, the graphs and other things. So I just want to understand how do you go about it?
Yeah, I will answer to that. See, most of the ATS is something the resume writing companies fake this because the ATS is only a classification software and not a software which is rejecting your profile. That's number one. Okay. Number two, there is no such thing which will not scan the PDF format because most of the ATS softwares will accept and scan the PDF formats on all these elements.
Mhm.
Third thing is we are not focused towards what you call advertised jobs where there are a lot of competition.
Mhm.
Where if you can see the job posting, another 500 people or 1,000 people can see the same job posting and apply. Okay,
Yes.
so where the you will be one among 1,000 candidates where the interview call itself will not happen. But what happens in our process is we work on the non-advertised job market, which is about 70% of the market, which is hidden, where we focus those elements on discovery of your profile by a recruiter. Okay, when they are desperate, they will be searching the profile in Naukri and LinkedIn. But this is the kind of scenario where there are a lot of people who are doing outdated job search techniques. Where what we do when we are in the job search process is this is a seven-step infinity loop, which we always educate our clients, where you start writing, rewriting the CV and applying to every job ad and asking for random reference, circulating in WhatsApp. And some people they will shout out in LinkedIn, and they will not invest their time or expense in resume or LinkedIn. Don't know where is the mistake and feeling inferior about themselves. This is the cycle which happens over a period of time when you keep applying and don't get interview. Okay, so that's where the failure model happens in the job search techniques. But what we do is we focus on the 70% of the non-advertised job market, which is searched by hunters, headhunters, manpower agencies, and through LinkedIn, networking, internal references. So these are the ways which we help our candidates. Mahi, can you move on to the next slide?
Yes.
So this is the way we help because 70%, 80% jobs are not at all published. So what we do is with this model, we try to revamp the CV, tweak their profile in LinkedIn, connect with manpower agencies, and help with mock interview sessions and handhold them to get a job. That is a model which we follow.
Okay, so
And
Sandeep, do
we
you
don't
also help in negotiating? Because like since I myself I have worked as a recruiter now, like as a talent acquisition specialist for 2 years now. What I feel is like, women don't tend to negotiate their salary at all.
exactly, exactly.
Though they do have, as you say, that they do have a lot of skill sets, but they are even myself
Mm,
when I got into the job, I was feeling I don't know if I would be able to perform because someone is doing me a favor, so I should just accept whatever it is, right? Then I went to it and like, I mean, I was getting very less. I got to know only later on doing the job, and then now I can't quit also because that person has given me. And these guilt feeling keeps coming up, right? So we don't know what is
mm, mm.
because the Indian companies, they don't. I mean, there are only few startup companies which publishes their the salary minimum and maximum what they know they are looking for. So do you also help women to come out of that comfort zone to
Mm.
negotiate the salary?
True, true. See, this is a very typical scenario where not only people under career break, generally women don't negotiate on salary because the priority itself is a different priority for them. Because they have to find a job which is close to their house. They have to have some balanced investment of time
What?
to their family,
Yeah,
and role should be little less pressurized job.
yeah,
This becomes a priority for a women. So they
yes,
what they do is they compromise on their salary.
yeah,
Okay. So in our sessions, we will try to give hints on what is the desperate level of a client, so that you understand those sensibility and then start negotiating. But before that, you should have an idea on who are all your competitors, because in the competitors, in the sense, you will be one among 10 candidates who are attending the interview. So
yeah,
your profile should be at a higher stage where you can have the gut feeling of negotiating. Okay,
yeah.
so for that you will have to have a lot of value proposition in your profile,
Hmm.
which your certifications, your upskilling, your technology will give you confidence.
Okay.
Okay. See, the another reason for doing certifications is not just mentioning in the resume. It is for you to undergo certain internship, certain hackathon, certain assignments, so that you get a hands-on experience.
Okay.
Okay. The certain institutes, what they do is after certification, parallelly they will give you suggestions on go for hackathon, because hackathon rankings and all very valued by the recruiters.
Yeah.
Okay. If you look at data analytics or IT or other
Yeah.
aspects. So that will give you a lot of confidence in terms of pitching your profile and salary negotiation, so that you feel confident. And even if you don't have this particular opportunity, next opportunity is waiting for you. That level of confidence, this
That-
certification part and experience part.
So
our services, it is ranked number 1 in recruiter services, and you can increase your profile visibility on Naukri platform by highlighting it in recruiter search results. Like, what we do is we optimize your profile in such a way that your search appearances on different job platforms or places that you apply for, those search appearances that will increase. Like, if you can see the diagram over here, this is the Naukri profile performance before it was optimized. And then after optimization, the search appearances, as you can see, there are only 33 search appearances here. And after the optimization, it is 352. Also, we are ranked first page, rank in first page of LinkedIn. Like, we create 10x visibility on LinkedIn by tweaking and training. And these are certain screenshots of the success stories, like those people that we have helped and they have successfully converted their interviews and got their job offers. So now this is the time for question and answer round. If you people have any queries, you can ask now.
May I ask a question?
Yeah,
Yes,
please.
Yeah. What is the best skill which everyone should have, like in computer basics, which we need if we want to start from for work from home or for anything after getting LinkedIn and all other facilities like resume updating, LinkedIn profile updating? From your side, after getting all those things, what is the base which I have to work for?
No, that's what. So first thing, you will have to select the industry, which I have shown in the website on which are all the industries are performing. Number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, which are all the skills are trending. So that trending option you can see here. Maybe I'll share this screen. There is a Naukri Pulse option.
Okay.
Where you can see.
Hmm.
There is a site called Naukri Pulse. Can you see this?
Yes, you saw this earlier also.
Yeah. So now this is where you have to understand which are all the trending skills. Okay, there is no point in picking up a skill which there is no demand, right? So you'll have to understand which skill has the highest demand. Accordingly, you can pick whichever is you feel like you can do it.
Okay. So like you help us for the LinkedIn profile updating, resume updating, getting interview calls. But do you help us getting the perfect? The link from where we can start our training, basic.
See, training links and other sites is what I have shared in this webinar. So you have to pick up the right skill from the certifications, Google certifications, and other websites, free websites which is available. So once you are upskilled, then we will help you with the resume, LinkedIn, and other things where we can showcase a value proposition comparing to the other people, because there will be people similar to you who are fighting for the same job. So your profile has to stand out from the entire crowd. So that way we will have to make the resume and LinkedIn so that you will be very successful in the job landing process.
Okay, so first I have to select which job I have to do, and then I have to go for Google certification courses.
Correct. Google and other top website I've shared in the slides, which I will be sharing in your emails. So with that sites, it is all free resources which is available in the market. So pick up any skill which you feel like you can do. Okay. So that skills, once you complete, you will get the confidence. Okay, then I'm prepared for a job. Okay.
Okay.
So there, that way it will help.
Okay. Thank you so much.
If there is no questions, we can wind up today. So thank you for investing your time on a Sunday evening, and hoping to have a very good career for all of you who's participated.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll meet.
Okay, thank you.